Welcome to Reviewer's View, Products of the Year for 2020. I'm Peter Bruninger.
And I'm Terry with AVShowrooms.
Well, it's great to be here. This is one of our favorite videos of the year to shoot.
Yes, it is.
All the great products that we've heard at shows or that we have in our listening rooms or in our reviewers at Reviewers Studio, we're going to cover the top 9 products for 2020.
And it was a very, very exciting year.
What an exciting year it was.
For new products.
For new products. I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to start with the Acora Acoustics SRC2 loudspeakers.
Mm-hmm.
We've heard these loudspeakers at shows over the past year and a half, and
they've won several awards.
They've won several awards for sound.
Mm-hmm.
I shot a review with Kemper Holt that we're working on editing currently at Kemper's a couple of weeks back, and I'll tell you, Kemper said, "You're going to like these speakers, Peter." I'm going to love these speakers, he should have said. Terry, the detail.
I know. I've heard them at shows. They were outstanding.
It's outstanding.
It's the granite.
It's
the granite speaker.
It's the stone. It doesn't move. So the drivers are moving, and there's no ringing in the cabinet at all.
And don't think for a minute that the granite deadens the sound. It's just the opposite. It lets the music come through.
It lets everything come through. It's a big, wide open, detailed sound.
Yeah.
It's garbage in, garbage out. You have a nasty recording, it's not going to please it. It's not going to fix it. So it's that type of speaker, and I love that type of speaker. I heard the cleanest bass I've ever heard at Kemper's house. So a big shout out, congratulations to Acora Acoustics on an AVShowrooms Product of the Year for 2020.
The SRC2s.
SRC2.
Yep.
Carrie, you're next.
Oh, the Aries Cerat Kassandra 2.
Oh, we just got that in the system. It was sitting on the sidelines for a while. We didn't have helpers in to pick it up because of COVID. So we got it in a month and a half ago. And it opened up within 2 weeks. And it's the most atmospheric DAC I've ever heard.
Holographic.
Holographic.
It's just over the moon. We're both over the moon.
We're both over the moon with it. It's got a hideously wide sound stage. It's got extreme layering of the image field. It is just pure music. There's no harsh digital edge at all. It is, I swear, the Aries Cerat, we're currently using an audio note transport. I think it's as good as the record player in many respects. It's that good.
I think it's going to have to stay here, Peter.
I think we're just about to pull the trigger on it.
So I don't know if I want to let it go. This is a very special DAC.
It's a very, very special DAC. So again, congratulations to Aries Cerat for the Kassandra DAC.
Yep.
If you're in the market for an upscale DAC, it's not inexpensive. It's worth every penny.
Yeah.
Amazing. Just amazing. Yeah. And speaking of audio note.
Yes, we have the belt drive CD transport.
Yes, and what the belt drive does, it's an option for all audio note transports going forward. It makes the sound more analog-like. It's a smoother, more realistic sound. Now we're talking a CD transport in the age of streamers. How many people listen to CDs? Well, count me as one of them.
We listen to them almost every night.
Almost every night we listen to CDs.
There's nothing like an audio note transport.
Nothing
that
like
I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I've ever heard. So this new technology is something that we're going to be talking about much more in 2021.
In 2021, you'll hear much more on it, and then we'll film the, not the prototypes, we'll film and the production models at the shows for you.
Yes.
So again, congratulations to Audio Note for this technology. Darko Grigaris is the designer. He and Andy Grove are the 2 lead designers for Audio Note.
2 brilliant men.
Brilliant men. So congratulations, Darko. You did a great job. Awesome.
Happy New Year to you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to throw one out. As I was at Kemper's, we also shot the Bricasti M3 review. Yeah. And the Bricasti M3, it's based on the technology in the reference M1 DAC. And it's just got a little bit of cost cutting to get the price point down. I believe the price point's now down to $5,000 to $6,000 depending upon options in it. This is a world-class DAC. I heard it for the first time last year at Exponent. Brian Zollner, one of the team, Bricasti, had it, compared it to the M1, and you could I could barely hear the difference. Now again, show conditions.
Yeah, and also it's the trickle-down technology. I mean, he's really put out an excellent product for the money.
Yeah.
So I've only heard it at Exponent, but Peter was raving about it when he heard it over at Kemper's, which is going to publish the review very shortly.
Yeah, very soon. So you want to definitely watch that Bricasti review, and you hear it. There's no digital artifacts at all. It's got the clarity and the speed. It's there.
It's the M3.
It's the M3, and it is a powerhouse of a DAC.
Yep.
Awesome DAC. Okay, Terry, how about another one?
The Borresen 05.
Oh, yes.
Man alive. We have them in listening room 2. And 2 doesn't mean it's a lesser listening room, it's just the second one we have ever set up.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever heard a speaker like this in this room, Peter. Ever. I mean, it is everything about it, it's Michael Borresen's technology that keeps getting better and better and better. And we don't have the silver drivers. Yet. But, guys, we're going to get them in 2021 and report on them.
Yeah.
And do lots of video shooting and talking about them.
We will shoot a review on a before and after.
Before and after.
So you're going to get a full review of the 05's standard version. And then Michael and Lars are going to fly over, and they're going to bring over the components, the new drive components, and we're going to update these to silver. Silver, there's the first pair of silvers coming into the country as we speak to be delivered this Friday. Very excited for the Borresen speaker. I mean,
wonderfully seamless.
It's awesome.
The bass is perfectly integrated. I can't say enough about these speakers. I'm very, very proud to have them in this house. I'm very excited about them.
I would give one word to describe them. The big word to me is they're majestic.
Yeah, they are.
It's a huge, giant, majestic sound. But it's totally seamless. You don't have... That's
the thing.
There's no bass lump. It's just top to bottom. It's like you're listening to one giant driver. It's
fabulous.
It's fabulous. And it's got, again, that keyword that I like to look for in reproduced quality. It's got atmosphere in spades. So you hear everything, and you hear it naturally portrayed across your listening, across the listening soundstage in a super realistic fashion, but without any high frequency emphasis, and that is really the key here. I think that Michael has really has designed the crossover to make that ribbon tweeter totally seamless. That's the biggest challenge with a ribbon tweeter.
He's at it all the time.
He's I think
another brilliant designer.
Designer.
God, we're so lucky to know these people.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump from the Borresens to the Thrax because we have to talk about what's driving these loudspeakers.
Yeah, that's very true, Terry. And it's go ahead.
I've heard Thrax at shows, and I've always thought they were pleasant, a good sounding electronics. But I never thought that they'd be so wonderful in this house with these Borresens. This is all luck of the draw, man.
Well, when I unboxed them and I put them in the beautiful Still Points rack, I realized, my goodness gracious, this is a beautiful looking design look. The way that the rounded it contours on each of the units, it gives you a feeling of depth as you're looking at the unit. I put these in.
Very beautiful.
They're as beautiful, if not more so, than a D'Agostino amplifier, but it's a little bit more glittery and glitzy. This is a more subdued, subtle look to it.
Very beautiful.
Oh, it's just so beautiful. I mean, I sit here. I'm actually looking at them right off to my right now, and they're turned off and they're breathtaking to look at.
Yeah.
But But it's how they sound. I mean, they sound. One of the Borresen 05s, it's a perfect match. The amplifiers are the Aries.
The Terras.
Terras. And it is a solid state tube hybrid amplifier.
Hybrid monoblocks.
Yeah, they got MOSFET output stages on them. A couple hundred watts per channel. Drives the Borresens with total ease.
Yeah, it's effortless.
Effortless.
Beautiful, big soundstage.
Huge soundstage. Well, we also have the Dionysus line stage.
The Dionysus line stage.
Dionysus, yes.
And the Maximinus DAC.
And the DAC.
And that's what we have with the Thrax components, and it just has been magical in this room.
I put this up with the sound quality we're getting here. This is top echelon.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
I think that Rumen Artarsky and his team have totally landed. And maybe I never heard them right at shows over the years, but
Well,
boy,
shows are difficult.
it's sometimes you don't know.
I'm very, very pleased that we were able to have these.
Yeah, I'm surprised. This now, to me, it enters the rank of, I'd say, the top 5 to 10 designers.
I think so, too.
In high-end audio.
I do
So,
too.
or I used to think of Thrax components as interesting looking, and I always thought, well, they're like workhorses. They're, maybe a second-tier product. Not
Much
anymore.
more refined than we thought.
Much more refined than we ever
And these
ever
were cold out
imagined.
of the box, weren't they?
Yeah, cold out of the box.
Yeah.
Yep.
So every day it gets better and better.
It is just they're amazing products. They're perfectly matched together. If you're looking for one-stop shopping, you like to have one company do your amplifiers, your digital. This is it. This is Thrax. This is just beautiful, beautiful stuff. I put this up there with Solution and any top brand.
I do too.
Yep.
I'm surprised. That's one thing we really do agree on with
Yep.
these electronics.
Okay, let's do another one, Tara. Go ahead.
The Cube Audio Nenuphar Mini.
Yep.
And we did a review of these up at Lake Placid this year.
At the cabin.
At the cabin.
Yep.
And in many ways, as much as I love the larger cubes, in many ways I like these better.
There's a magic to the Mini, a little bit more detail than the 10-inch Nenuphar, a big brother, but it's giving you a little bit more truth, and I think the bass is extra. It's very good. It doesn't go as low as a 10-inch, so you don't get as much chest, but you get total accuracy.
Music.
You get music.
It's not just the accuracy; they're very, very musical at
Unbelievably
the
musical.
same time.
Huge imaging, gigantic.
I think it has
sound
enough
speech.
bass, but I'm
Yeah.
not a bass crazy person.
Well, watch the review because I think it has enough bass too. So you save yourself several $1,000s by going down in size.
And and if your room is small, they're perfect.
They're perfect, just perfect.
And you can drive them with
Yep.
these little tube amps that have hardly any watts per channel.
Yep.
What do you call them? Flea watts.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Nelson Pass has a pair of the 8-inch cubes too,
Yes.
and adores them.
and he's
so-
no slouch.
And he's no
when
slouch.
it comes to sound.
Yeah.
So
Okay, let me do another one here. So a big shout out to Cube Audio. Congratulations.
once again,
Once again, you're just knocking the ball out of the park. Okay, here's one that kind of surprised me. Mola, the Mola Kula integrated amplifier. Now, I always thought Mola was a very detailed, sophisticated sound, primarily for people who have less space, because all the components are relatively small. The DAC's small, the line stage is relatively small. As you saw in the video that we shot up at GTT Audio, it's the sound though, and what it is, it's built in the same chassis as the line stage.
It's a beautiful little
beautiful. It's just a beautiful.
it's a music lover's piece.
It is.
It's easy
It is.
on the eyes. It's very easy on the ears. It's
Yeah.
beautiful sounding.
Beautiful.
Class D has come a long way, baby.
Yeah. It is again. It's a switching amplifier, and you would never know it if I had take you and put a blindfold on you and compare let's just pull one out of the hat. Let's say a Zandon tube amplifier that we had, the 100 watter. We had
Which
that a
was
couple
great.
years ago, and I blindfolded you and then switched them back and forth. You wouldn't be able to tell me which was tubes and which was solid state. You just
And
would,
it's Class
or
D.
switch
And
it.
it's
Yeah.
very lightweight,
Yep.
and I can pick it up.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing to have
It's
in any room.
It's beautiful. Just
in your living room.
Yep.
I mean, this is not something that you want to hide behind a cabinet. You want to show this all.
I agree, Terry. I agree. So again, congratulations to Mola
Yes.
for the Kula integrated amplifier. You can also get an optional DAC in the amplifier
That's
as
correct.
well. It's as Bill Parrish says, it's the Dutch Army knife, as a play on the Swiss Army knife. So it does everything. Awesome piece. Okay, and how about one to you, Terry? I think we're just about to wrap up.
I think Synergistic Research.
Yep.
We got a loom of the foundation cables, and my understanding is they're entry level.
Yeah, this is
Am I correct?
entry level cables. Yeah.
And
yeah.
once again, the team at Synergistic Research, Ted Denny, the chief designer, and Andy Witherspoon, and the rest of the team have really knocked the ball out of the park.
Yeah.
For the price point, you're getting the beautiful Synergistic Research level sound.
Yeah,
but
it's
not at the high price.
It's and Synergistic has it's a very sophisticated musical detailed sound. It is some cable companies have a house sound that's a very warm cable that
Right.
you want to use that if your system is sounding a little hot or you're having trouble with speaker placement. These cables, and this is, we had the speaker cable, we had the interconnect cable, and power cords. And when we loomed the system up, it was as if the soundstage moved forward, I'd say about a foot out into the room, and made it much more realistic. And I thought that was very interesting, but it was no less sophisticated than the uber expensive wire that we replaced it with.
Well, that's what we shot in the video, so
Yeah.
I'm glad you're reiterating that.
Yeah.
It was way up there with the top level brands of pricing and big names.
Yeah. Product of the year. Congratulations to Synergistic Research. They got
Once again.
Yep. Yeah, this level of cable. The prior year, TAS gave them a Best of Year award, Best Sound award, and you get it here from AVShowrooms this year.
Yeah.
So Synergistic Research, you can never go wrong at any price point with Synergistic. These cables compare to cables costing up to 5-10 times more. And wow.
Because we did the comparison.
Because we did back and forth on them.
So,
Yeah. It's just,
there you go. That's
there you go.
how you get product of the year.
That's right. That's right. Design great sounding products at fair pricing, and you're a candidate for product of the year. Well, it's been a very interesting year this year, as we all can attest to. These products that we've reviewed here today with you, you should consider every one of them in any of the categories if you're in the mood or shopping for a new component.
So that's products of the year for 2020, and I hope to see everybody in 2021, a better year.
But a better year in 2021. See us at shows. Come on up. Take a selfie. Give me a high five. Give Terry a high five.
We miss you guys at the show.
We miss everybody at the shows. And again, if you can't get to the shows, we bring you there. And if you need or you want to look at the best YouTube videos for high performance equipment reviews,
We got them.
we got you.
Thank you.
Hey,
Bye-bye.
Happy New Year. Bye.